Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman. Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman. You can watch if you want to. You can slap Spiegelman's behind. LWAFLMNOYT on Mutiny Radio. Mutiny.
Mutiny! It's pronounced mutiny. Mutiny! It's pronounced mutiny. Mutiny! Oh, my turnoffs are guys who say mutiny. Mutiny? Well, let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with
Mike Spiegelman. Mike Spiegelman. Oh, Mike Spiegelman. Mike Spiegelman. Oh, Mike Spiegelman. Hey! Mike Spiegelman. Mike Spiegelman. Mike Spiegelman. Mike Spiegelman.
Wow, what a theme song. Oh my God. Welcome to LWAFLMOYT. Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman and Carl. Hi, Carl.
Hi, Mike. Really
You're
happy
here.
to do this one because it's a switcheroo.
Oh my God. We are doing a switch. We are so excited. We're so excited to be streaming first right now on Mutiny Radio, as we do every Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You go to mutinyradio.fm, you hit play now, boom, we are there. We are part of a full afternoon. You just heard Found Round Sound with Scotto at noon, and then Ugly Sundays at 4. So we're right in the middle. We love being here. We love that Mutiny exists. All we say is contribute to Mutiny Radio. Go to Venmo and throw a couple bucks at Mutiny Radio. Accept no substitutions. We are also a podcast. LWAFLMOYT is the name you need to search on your podcast app. And then boom, let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman and Carl. As you can listen to it, we're going to watch a full-length movie on YouTube, as our title says.
Yeah,
So
what is our title again? It's LW.
A. That's for A.
FL.
Yeah, so it's abbreviated, Carl.
Oh.
Let's watch, for example, is the abbreviation of let us watch, the three
Okay.
words. And then the letter A is actually an abbreviation for
Uh-huh. Like
Because-
short
Yeah, because the next abbreviation, full hyphen length,
length.
yeah, it starts with a
Uh-huh.
consonant. So the A abbreviation is actually pronounced when you do.
Mhm.
Anyway, fascinating. We are also broadcasting right now on Mutiny. We're not broadcasting. We're on YouTube as well. So you can see us video and you can watch the movie with us. So the idea is we're going to watch a full-length movie on YouTube. I'm going to tell you what it is. Okay, here's how it works. You have a phone. Oh my God. All right, Carl, what is the movie this week? What are we watching?
I don't know. Ghost in the Machine. I don't know. This is a switcheroo. I'm going in cold. Ghost in the Noonday Sun. Peter Sellers, right?
Yes,
Right.
that is so correct. We're doing a switcheroo. Carl usually watches these movies numerous times, takes copious notes, and then also writes a theme song, edits the
That was
show.
years ago now.
Yeah. Okay. So I watched the movie. It's called The Ghost in the Midday Sun. And that is from 1973. So go ahead and type in Ghost in the Midday Sun in your YouTube search engine. We are looking for the YouTube channel VHS Archives.
Wow, like VHS tapes.
Right. That's short for video, horror,
Home.
and suspense, right? Like
Wait, isn't it video home film or something like that? Right?
video home cassette.
VHS, video
System.
home system.
Well, I know the V stands for video, and the S is
My
system.
brother. Mhm.
What's
And
the
then
H?
at home.
At home. Okay, video at home, S archives.
Okay, so now you said put in the YouTube search engine Ghost in the Noonday Sun.
Noonday.
Noonday's all one word.
Yep.
GHOST. Of course, I know
Listen,
you knew
there's
that.
one ghost.
1973.
1973. You're going to
Ghost
find it.
in-
You're going to see that crazy Peter Sellers face. Click the link. VHS Archives hosts it. hit pause, move the timer to 000. We're all going to watch this movie. Let us watch together. Let us watch it together. So when we say go, you're going to hit press play. But I have a special treat for you. We have a special comedian, a celebrity comedian, that's going to do our countdown while you go find this on YouTube and get yourself ready. Ooh, I got to get my collar, pop my collar for this one. I'm still wearing my Mutiny Radio shirt. It's underneath here, as always. Hey, your collar's popped. So you do have ring around the collar, right?
Girls on film. Girls
All right, God,
on film.
we just derailed this show. Hi, welcome back to Let's Watch a Full-Length Movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman and Carl. Go find Ghost in the Midday Sun. Hit link, hit pause. We are now going to go to our celebrity comedian. Carl, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Celebrity Comedian Countdown, this time with Jim Stencil. Welcome, Jim.
I'm happy. I'm happy to be here. I'm not in traffic at all.
Whoa! What happened? Call back. Wow.
We're gonna have to. Wow, how did I blow that? We're gonna have to start it over.
All right. Well, listen, Jim Stencil, you are out there and you are on the move.
I'm on a bridge.
So look, I never asked you really, are you an official comedian? I mean, the way we bump into each other is through podcasts, through In Hot Water Show. Are you a stand-up comedian?
Great question. Great question. That's the kind of questions I expect to hear on this show. No, I am not. I don't even know what I would consider myself a personality. Oh, look at this. There's a guy just pulling over. There's a guy pulling over to pick me up on the side of a road. Hey, unbelievable. Carl, you ever get anybody else who's gotten picked up off the side of a road?
This is the best Celebrity Comedian Countdown ever.
Unbelievable. I just got a ride on the side of the road. Some people... No, I am not a stand-up. Mr. Driver, would you say I'm a stand-up? He wouldn't say that. Now, I love Carl. Carl the Joke's one of the greatest jokes, Carl, that I've ever run into.
So how did you get involved with the In Hot Water podcast with Gino Bisconti and everything? I mean, usually it's comedian-based.
No, great question. Yeah. Listen, I tell them all the time, I was just a fan. I'm just a fan. Can you put on a light in here somewhere?
There we go.
I'm a fan at heart, but one thing led into the next, and I guess now I'm a personality, I would call it. I always call myself a personality.
Well, how did you get to be an in-studio guest? I mean, you were a fan, and what? Did he hear about your podcast, get to know you that way?
Well, that's just it. I don't know. I just went and started hanging out, and I never tried to do anything. But I guess I'm just funnier than most people that go in there or something. So
I think so.
Yeah, you think so. So I guess you're all so not funny that just a generic fan was allowed to come in. And that's what happened. There's not enough funny comedians in New York. Because the problem with comedians in New York, because they won't let people like Carl into LOL because they're all filthy Italians.
Yeah,
and they're all named, what's that guy's name?
Just to let the audience know, I tried to do a set at LOL Comedy Club in New York. Visconti invited me down. He wasn't able to put me on. And so
what was that guy's name that didn't let you in? Let's get his name out there. Liamelli. It was some
I forget.
Listen, the point is, you comics are so full of shit. Like Carl is fucking funnier than half the comics I've ever seen anywhere. I go see shows all the time, and fucking Carl is funnier than all of them. And then I hear about he can't get on at LOL. Are you guys fucking kidding me?
Well, they don't know the talent.
No. Carl,
just see
you're
the
like
face.
Ray DeVito. Carl, shut up. You're like Ray DeVito. You fucking apologize too much. You're funnier than these people. These people aren't funny. Cool, it's fucking funny.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm going to
Yes,
get
you
involved in
are.
arson
Stop apologizing.
and burn LOL down to the ground.
We'll burn it to the ground. It's totally unbelievable.
Now, even though you're not a stand-up, recently you have been sharing the stage with the stand-up as you are now involved in prop comedy. Tell me about this.
Listen, as we all know, prop comedy is the highest form of comedy.
Yeah.
No one would ever deny that,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
You were at the prop comedy. You were at the prop comedy experience. You were at the prop comedy experience. Anyway, it's one of the greatest gifts to laughter is prop comedy, and regular comedy is only dialing that back with words and all that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's
I'm
like
very
words
happy.
without the props. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like words. It's like words if it took skill. Listen, and I'm very happy to be a part of Steve Conti's prop comedy experience.
Yeah.
But I don't know where this is going to go. Who knows where this is going to go? Maybe he'll bring it back. Maybe
So we're not booked anywhere right now. There is no future venue that will be
well, you're the
having
head writer. You're the head writer.
for the prop shop CEO, Steve Conti. I know. All right. Well, I'll call him and try to get some gig going because this must have legs. This must continue.
Oh, it's
One
got
man's
legs.
opinion.
Great calves too.
Okay, so listen, you're also a big part of this Ski Mask Collective. You've got that podcast, and there's the Sports Mask podcast.
Oh,
Why
it's
don't we
totally
talk about
unbelievable.
this? Yeah, how did you get started with that, and who is behind the mask, and anything you want to say about your Patreon? You've got it going on with these podcasts. I mean, you're a celebrity.
Well, you're taking it a bit too far, but I thank you for that. Yes, Sports Mass Collective. I've never been wrong about one pick all year. I've called
Great.
everything. Bet with Stancil, we call it Sports Mass Collective. The Ski Mask Collective, we just talk about everything that goes on in podcasting in general. We
Yeah.
call it out. We say the names. We don't owe anybody anything. Nobody owes us anything. So we're out here just to basically ruin our careers and say people's names. So that's why we're on Ski. You did a great job on Ski Mask the other week. If
Yeah,
I may
thank you
say.
very much. My one appearance.
One of our
I'm
favorite
waiting for
guests.
more. Yep.
All right, I got to go smoke weed with this guy.
Oh, okay. Okay. So tell us, Jim Stansel, how can people find you out there on the internet? You know, get to this Ski Mask Collective podcast. Give us the dish on how you get, how we catch you out there.
First of all, thank you for having me on this podcast. Where can I find this podcast is what I want to know. Because I think Carl the Jokes really gets my funny bone. I will
Yes.
say.
Well,
So
everybody
where is it?
watching this podcast already knows how to get us, but how do we get you?
All right, I'm gay. Listen, Ski Mask Collective on iTunes and YouTube. Sports Mask Collective, iTunes, YouTube. Well, not only iTunes, both podcasts, anywhere you ever find audio. There, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, wherever you get the videos on iTunes. So we got Ski Mask Collective. That's our flagship show.
Yeah.
And then we got Sports Mask Collective. That's my show with my friends. We got Sad Chad. That is Ski Mask hosts that with a cavalcade of friends because Chad sucked. And that's it. Check us out. And patreon.com/Ski Mask Media. Support us. And we put
Ski
up
Mask
random
Media.
bullshit. And I thank you so much for having me, Carl.
Okay,
This
now,
is great.
Jim,
I'm sorry I was late.
No problem. Everyone at home is poised to press play on this movie at the same time we do in the studio. So everyone at home is going to stand by for your countdown and hit play at the exact same time. So why don't you go ahead, Jim Stansel, and give us that celebrity comedian countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you, Celebrity Comedian, for that Celebrity Comedian Countdown. I look forward to listening. Welcome to the Flickering Lights. It's a we have a little Twinkie Twink piano twerp. We have like 2 opening theme songs. So this is a pirate ship. They are going to... Yes, Carl.
Crossbones.
Right. Okay. So we are here, and this is like a silent movie setup with the black and white. We see that Peter Boyle wearing the turban is Ras Muhammad, the pirate captain, and he's the highest in the ship, lowest in the ship. There he is, old Scratch himself, the cook,
Dick
Dick.
Scratcher.
Say it out loud again.
Dick Scratcher.
Okay, old Scratch.
We've all been there.
Well, it gets so muggy on those pirate ships. So there's a storm a brewing. So what the captain's going to do, he's been stealing money for the Algiers, like pirates. This is 17th century. Should I mention that? And back then, the Pirates of the Caribbean, if does that exist? These Pirates of the Caribbean would steal shit and bring it back to their king in Algiers.
Okay.
But there's a storm coming. So Peter Boyle's like, hey, why don't we pretend we're a silent movie? You play the piano and we'll go to an island and we'll bury the treasure. And then when the storm is over, we can come back and get it and bring it back.
Okay.
Now, this is all rinky-dink music. There is a ghastly reason why I think they set it up as a silent movie.
Okay.
And we're right into the plot. So I'll get into this. This film is called Ghost in the Noonday Sun. It's third film really directed by Peter Medic, this Hungarian-born director who's done.
He's very popular though, because I don't know, maybe it's a war or something, and you're always hearing people scream his name, Medic.
Medoc. He directed this movie. It basically ruined his career, he thinks.
Okay.
And there is a film documentary about this movie. This movie wasn't released. This movie was 73. It was released on video in 86 or so.
Yeah, it was forgotten about, I understand. It didn't really have a release, and they were like, okay, we got this thing, let's make a little money.
The video box says it's the missing Peter Sellers classic.
Okay.
So it was missing. Peter Sellers had this idea. They met up in Hollywood at a diner, and he said, my buddy Spike Milligan from the Goon Show wants to adapt a children's book about pirates. And they took it, and then it was a disaster. And Peter Medic just recently, a couple years ago, made a documentary about this film itself. And that film is called The Ghost of Peter Sellers. So I watched the documentary and I said, oh my God, I got to see if this movie exists.
What year was it made? Was Peter Sellers alive?
No, Peter Sellers, he said, I waited till they're all dead. The director's 83. This came out in 2019, 17, maybe.
Interesting.
So he spilled the beans. He spilled the beans on this movie and about Peter Sellers, and particularly this scene itself. Why don't I kick it off? They shot this scene the second week of shooting. Peter Sellers had a heart attack.
Oh, okay.
And he had a history of heart attack. Say goodbye to Peter Boyle. That's the last you'll see him in the film. He's on the cover.
Everybody Loves Raymond is waiting for him.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see that Everyone Loves Raymond movie. You can't even hear him speak. It's all, placards. So
Captain Jean-Luc.
Peter Sellers had a history of heart attacks, right?
Okay.
And so it was very serious.
Are we seeing him pre-heart attack right this second?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all, but it was during the shooting of this scene that he had a heart attack.
Ooh,
and they had a helicopter.
Really?
They're shooting in Cyprus. They had a helicopter him out to a hospital. The director said 2 days later he picked up the London Evening Standard, and there was a photo of Peter Sellers going to lunch at a fancy London restaurant with Princess Margaret. He had faked his heart attack to get out of shooting this movie, and he did it during the scene.
Kidding me?
This is the documentary indicates this film was a total fiasco in every way, and that was boom. So later,
okay, so we're 2 weeks into shooting, and he gets out of it.
He gets out of it because he really loved it. He loved Spike Milligan. He loved the thing. Even though he was married, he was dating Liza Minnelli in 1973. Everything was great for Peter Sellers. Liza Minnelli broke up with him, and the day before the shoot.
Okay.
So he was in no mood. The director said he loved the first week. It was on the boat, and it was beautiful, and they had some beautiful shots, and then everything went to shit. Mm-hmm. But I should mention, this is so My research is basically watching the documentary
Okay.
and taking notes, and I'm just going to let you know the information. I did a cursory search on the internet for some items and some of the actors, so I got a little more information.
Okay.
But basically, this film is based on an old no, so it's based on a children's novel. Guess what year this novel came out?
19, 18, 17, 1643.
No, 1965.
Oh, that
This
was what is it? Oh, why didn't I just
Sid
say
Sid
that?
Sid Fleischman wrote a bunch of he wrote Blood Alley about his World War One experience, but he wrote a lot of pulp novels, and then he also started writing children's books about
What's his
East
last
Coast.
name? Sid
Fleischman.
Fleischman.
Yeah. So Sid Fleischman wrote a book called Ghost in the Midday Sun, and the story is this New England boy can see ghosts. Well, he was born at
Okay.
midnight. This kid. So the pirates show up on the coast.
Right.
And what we're watching right now is that
Now he
they
killed the captain. So is he
right,
going
and
to
he
be the
said,
ghost of-
and then he went to the shipmates and said, "Listen, I killed the captain. I'm the only one who knows where this treasure is buried, so
I'm
I'm your captain
captain
now."
now. But he didn't
Right?
tell him he killed the captain, did they tell him?
Yeah, he threw a sword right into Peter Boyle's
No, but did
chest.
he tell the crew?
Yeah, he said, "I killed the captain."
Wow. Okay. I saw I know where the treasure is. I'm the captain.
Right. So that's the thing. So now he's looking at the map, and again,
Okay,
it's
one
this.
more question.
Yeah,
He was the lowest member of the crew.
right. Old
So do
Dick's
they
old
know it's
crest.
him? Or do they think
Yeah,
it's him? Okay, okay, okay.
the whole pirate crew actually was on the island helping.
Okay.
And he was making a soup, beans, and
Yeah.
Peter
When is
Boyle.
dinner gonna be ready, motherfucker?
Okay, so look, we're changing pace. I want to play the music because it's. You remember the sound effects in the Monkeys movie Head?
Yeah, I do.
We get a lot of Richard Lester, Monkeys, British pop sensibility in this. So he spent 20 years, and he walks out, and here's the sound effect.
What do you mean by 20 years? What'd you say?
Well, anyway, 20 years have passed.
Why?
And
How? Why?
he can't find the treasure. He can't find the map. So he's been in his room basically,
Uh-huh.
and he comes out and he's like, boom. He doesn't know where it is. So what he
Now
wants
we're
to
in color.
right. So this is 1973 they shot this. This is no
Okay.
special effects.
Okay.
They actually so the producers got a second hand. Oh, here comes the second music. We had the little piano music up front, and now
Mhm.
yo ho, we have a full-on pirate ballad they wrote.
Is it a sea chanty? Let's hear it. I can't hear it. You sang over it.
Okay, here we go.
Copyright infringement. Clive Revell again.
Oh, where did we see him before?
Well, we saw him in Modesty Blaze, and we saw him in the movie with Bob Hope, a murder.
Oh,
She,
right, that TV movie is that.
Murder She Televisioned. What was
Yeah,
it?
it was Murder King something.
Masterpiece of Murder. It was, yeah. It had Ghoulies Professor,
Right.
and they stole he tricked them into stealing the paintings.
We
Clive Revell was in that. He was the gallery owner.
well, Spike Milligan. I don't know if you know Spike Milligan. He's like a comedic force, and he was in a movie we saw.
Okay, okay? I think I do know him, but I only know him later in his career when he did this. Tell me what he was in besides this Peter Sellers radio show.
He was the landlord. He was Barry McKenzie's landlord in The Adventures of Barry McKenzie.
Okay, I remember that guy, and he was talking about the electricity you have to put a quarter in.
Yeah, right. So Spike Milligan wrote this, and Peter Sellers was into it. However, he comes in, and Peter Sellers, he's in one of his moods. The first thing he does, fires the two producers.
Okay.
So no one knows anything. So the production sucks on sea and on land. This is a secondhand African cigarette boat that they repainted and built as a pirate ship, and they added 2 steam engines in there, and they drove it. They sailed it to Cyprus, the island they're shooting from Greece. And people could say, like the director's like, people are like, I see your pirate ship. So it arrives like 2 weeks later. They see it in the coast, right?
Oh, this
They're
is
in
interesting.
And the first thing the boat does is crashes into the rocks the first day they arrive, because
Oh, great.
the captain was drunk and he took a churn. So they fixed it and they shot this and everyone was happy. So the boat stuff, especially when you see Tony Francisco, the swashbuckling guy, and Sellers together, that's the first week.
Okay, wait. I got to stop you first. Oh, I
Yeah.
know that comedian. I got to stop you for a second. So he's woken up. It's 20 years. He didn't wake up. He couldn't find the
They've
map.
just been lost at sea. They've just been lost at sea.
Okay, and what is the crew's attitude? I mean, I cannot believe a real world in which, hey, the captain's been in there for like
Sure.
2 years. What's going on? You
I
know?
just say this movie it leaves the real world a couple times.
Okay.
So you have to take things with a grain of salt. They will kill the captain the moment the captain shows him the treasure.
I thought it was cute the way the little kid, if that's what I'm looking at here,
Yeah.
had the ship.
Well, this is still shot in Cyprus. They didn't have the money to actually go to Ireland, but they
Is
had
he a
landed.
Cypriot?
The what?
Well, people from Cyprus, they're called Cypriots.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yes, it's weird, but it's true. Hello, Cypriot.
So these Cypriots they're pretending to be in Ireland. They built a little Irish village for this movie, but they landed and this is Ireland. So they're going to get some food. When they're sitting down and they're eating, the mother's probably going to say, my boy was born at midnight. And what the premise is, this guy, the cook, Dick Scratcher, is going to say, well, as a pirate lore goes, anyone who was born at midnight can see ghosts. I'm going to kidnap this boy and we're going to go to Treasure Island. This is a very original story, by the way. And he's going to conjure the Peter Boyle, and the dead captain will tell me where the treasure is.
Okay, now, will we see Peter Boyle again? Because you had said no.
Never.
Not his ghost. No, he won't appear.
There's not even a fucking ghost in this movie. They have like his shipmates dress up as a ghost, but there's nothing that really otherworldly in this movie. Peter Medic, the script was not finished. Medic. They okayed the film, Columbia Pictures, for $2.6 million. There was no script.
Sure, it's Peter Sellers. It's Spike Mulligan. I mean, we got a winner here.
Yeah, we got a winner here. But it was a total disaster. So problem is that so here it's weird sound effects going on. Oh, so the Irish are singing while they well, no, it's like actually there's a singer there, but they're all waiting for the food. They haven't really eaten a real meal.
But I mean, can we hear dialogue now? Is it a talkie?
Yeah, it's back to a talkie.
Okay.
One of the amazing things about the documentary is that the director had a pristine 4K print of this movie. Looks nothing like this muddy piece of shit.
Yeah, it is patchy and pasty.
There's one point in this movie where they get the red plague. They fake a plague. They get the red plague, and you can't tell what color the plague is. Okay, here we go.
They're eating vegetables that have been prepared.
Roar, roar. Right? Hysterical.
Right. This is their comedic.
He said the first week when they shot on the boat, it was great. It was not easy. The entire crew was on the ship.
Right.
110 people were on the ship and the talents. They had a generator boat tied to the back
so they wouldn't capsize.
Then they had wires going from the generator boat underwater to a big arc light that was on the pirate ship above. They had to shut off the engine to hear the actors, and they had to shoot before the sun went down, and the boat was rocking the entire time, and the crew was getting seasick. The weather was getting bad. To make it look like they were off the shore, they had to go 5 miles, so there was no land in the shot, and people would get sick. And so Peter Sellers is getting pissy, right? And the real producers are not there. He fired them. There's no one, and this guy like medic.
So there's no one
medic,
to complain to. Yeah, medic. Okay, go ahead.
He's not a he's this is the first nautical adventure he shot, right? And we all know from like Waterworld to like the James Bond movie with Sean Connery underwater, they're boring. Water movies are dull.
Like Moby.
Yeah.
Not Moby Dick. There was that recent movie. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Long Vessel.
I mean, Avatar, Way of the Water notwithstanding, I'm sure, but I feel like when you're in the water, it just doesn't really interest me. Like you can't fight underwater.
Well, I know what you mean. Like there's nowhere to go but the ship. That
Right.
makes you get this limited feeling. And there's not, I don't know. Are we being fair to ship-faring movies? They're so boring.
No, there's some rollicking ones. I mean, Mutiny on the Bow is a classic.
Okay.
They shot out there.
Now-
One thing about this movie, so they were saying like shooting on the boat in the water was a disaster. It was
Right.
people getting sick. The weather was shitty. They had to cancel, and Sellers wasn't showing up. One of the scenes in the documentary, he's talking to his friend, and they're on the boat sailing on the open sea. And with a digital camera, it's so easy.
Yeah.
You know, you just set the camera, then boom, you go back and forth. Okay, now he's realizing
about the okay.
Yeah, he's.
Joe?
Let's see.
Oh, and I don't believe it.
Okay, he's gonna basically abduct the kid. Have we had a chance to listen to Sellers? He sounds like Robin Williams in Popeye.
I haven't heard him. Go ahead.
All right, we'll go.
Yeah. These lads can see ghosts. You see the ghostly rats in the hammer, and that can lead to the treasure.
See, he's telling this guy. Now, this is an actor named Tony Francesco, and I apologize if I get his name wrong. He was married like 4 times. He married Shelley Winters. He had a big star lead, but he was a very combative guy, and he lost a couple of TV pilots according to his IMDb for just being combative. They didn't want to renew with him. He was friends with Peter Sellers, and Medic got him on the cat in the film because he knew he was a buddy, and they were excited. They never worked together. They never worked again. They had such an amazing fallout. I'll show you the scene.
Oh, they have I mean, in real life, they okay.
Yeah. The documentary it talked to one of his ex-wives, the wife at the time, and it was saying like, probably maybe the same wife. I don't want to be disrespectful, but
okay.
He would get his goat. He would call like Sellers would call him like, you dumb American cowboy, right? Just fuck with him. And they were on the boat, and there was a scene, and he was fucking with them. And when the scene was shot, and Sellers' back was turned, Tony went up with his sword and was about to hit him, and he stopped. But he did, the motion.
But he did the motion with earnest. He was really
he wanted to fucking hit him, but he restrained himself. He was about, he went that far. So Bert, Peter Sellers' driver, saw it, told Sellers what happened, and Sellers says, I do not want to be in a single frame with this man anymore. So you will see on the boat scene. I know this scene is like whatever, but in the boat scene, you'll see them buddies, and then there'll be a scene where they're not. You'll see they're not buddies, and they're not together in the scene. It's really weird.
Okay.
All right. So, and also getting back to the boat because
there's the ghost.
Yeah. So basically, he wants to take the kid for a test drive. He goes to a cemetery. He says, "All right, kitty, do your thing." But as the wind blows a sheet over the kid, look at this. Died 103 of alcoholism. Thank God.
So Sellers mistakenly thought he saw a ghost just before he got knocked out.
Yeah, so I think he passed out or something.
Are we abducting this kid right this moment?
No, the kid's already been abducted.
Well, he fell and hit his head on the tombstone, and he was knocked unconscious. Why are they wrapping him up if they're not abducting him?
Maybe they are abducting him now.
Oh, okay.
It's just murky. I mean, the print is murky, but the storyline is murky. They had a problem. So this film was not going well, and they were blaming the director. And unbeknownst to the director, there was like this shitty. It wasn't an email back in '73.
Well, okay, the correspondence.
Yeah, but they did send them a telex.
Okay.
And the telex was like, you need to learn how to be a director. This is a disaster. I have it.
Who sent it? Like the studio or something?
Carl, what number do you have?
Don't you dare, Michael
No,
Spiegelman.
I just moved my my station.
Okay,
Just let me know.
2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. The years are passing by.
Tell me when you get to 30, okay?
2, 28, 29, 30.
Okay, great. Okay, let me hear where we're going at. So yeah, I guess he's been shanghaied now.
Huh? Who did this to you? You tell me. Scratches did this to you?
Oh, right. So the other crew kidnaps him. So Tony sees him, and he says, "What happened?" And here's one of the jokes in the movie: "I've been kidnapped. You've
So
been
he's letting
kidnapped.
him free?
You're just a kid." Yeah, he's letting him free. Well, he's untying him and letting him on, and we're gonna go see him. But basically, he's now part of the crew. You know, it's one of the reasons why I thought the story was written in the 1800s, because it's pretty similar to Robert Louis Stevenson's shit.
Yeah, well, maybe that was the model. So he's not going to be. There you go, kid. So he's
Yeah.
not going to be abducted like he's tied up. He's now they've shanghaied him and he's part of the crew.
Right. So he's gonna hate the Scratch. He hates Dick Scratcher, you know,
Okay.
as most people do. And then he's gonna be buddies with this suave guy Tony. And again,
Okay.
like this is the fun times in this
The
movie.
Cowboy American.
Yeah, the Cowboy American. Let's see if I can get his voice. It's like the worst. It's a very distinct pirate voice.
But he did a shitty job acting or is it supposed to be comedic?
He stopped showing up, you know, and they would have to wait for him.
For sellers or for
Sailors.
okay.
You know, the other guy did. He was there with his family. Like everyone was on the fucking island of Cyprus, so they were able to bring their families, and they actually had one of Peter Sellers' daughters talk. She's about our age, and just saying that she would never see him. And then when they had birthday parties, it would be super extravagant because it was the only time they really saw each other. And she just took it for granted. You know, she just assumed that's what it was. Okay, so these two actors are terrific, and the older of the two, it's a guy named Jamie. Oh, I wrote it down. It's Murray Melvin was on the documentary, and the other guy is named James Valaris.
Murray Melvin.
James Valaris is the one with the sideburns, and then the actor.
They're British.
Oh no. Yeah, they're British. So they see this ship. Now, this is like a really funny bit. This movie is like an oasis. All right. Well, the guy with the sideburns, the fussier of the two, speaks to the director, and the other guy passed away, but he was like a beloved actor. There's a strange sub story that involves one of these guys in this movie. So let me set up the joke. The Brits are coming. Here's the British music. Right. Brits are coming. The Brits are coming now.
They're the Navy of yesteryear.
The brilliant idea is that he's going to put makeup on everyone. They're going to take a shit on the poop deck so things smell, and they're going to say they have the red plague. Remember the red plague?
No.
You can't tell in this print. I swear to God, I thought they had like the brown plague. Well, they're coming up here. This is, you know, and the guy was upset. He said, we were only in one scene at all. Like these guys show up, promises like a good movie is going to happen, and then they leave. And I'm playing the music so you'll set up the punchline. So the director was saying like they ran out of budget, and when they were shooting, they had to cheat being on the open sea. So you'll see shots where they're like, look, it looks like it's the open sea. Right. And then there's other ones where they just put the camera down low on the boat and shot it that way. Mm-hmm. All right. So do you see that distinct red mark?
Oh, I know that guy's face. I could be wrong.
I think he has to be the older octogenarian in the documentary. This was 73, and the documentary was like 40 years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting because he's still bitter about it.
So he's supposed to have red dots on him?
Yeah, exactly. And in the documentary, it's clear as a bell. And in this print with the tracking, the cute little tracking in the bottom, it's not the greatest, but it exists, and I like that.
Yeah, this is YouTube, and this is our show. I wouldn't have it another way, really.
So they're basically saying, you pirates are now under the Brits, and we're going to take your shit. And by the way, what's that red mark, and why does it smell like shit? And they'll say, "Oh, we got the red plague," and then they're like, "Meep meep, I'm out of here."
You mean Roadrunner?
Yeah, they're out.
Pew!
And then there's a punchline with the music and the film as they escape. So there's not much of a plot going on, right?
No. Well, I don't know.
So one of the things was that Sellers got so pissed off. He, Medic
At
received.
this guy?
Yeah, they received a nasty telex saying it's all the fault of the director. He's pissed at this guy. He's not really talking to him or this and that. So he says, "Get Spike Milligan on the island. He's going to rewrite this fucking movie."
Okay.
While they're shooting. So look, they all have the red plague. We got to go. So here, check out the music. It's sped up backwards.
Yeah. Very nice.
I swear to God, if this movie was nothing like bits like this, I would love it. 93 minutes of fucking bits like this? God bless. But it's not. When Spike shows up and he starts changing things, the tone of the movie is completely different.
That's weird, and that guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't think he knew what he was doing here. They talked to Spike Mulligan's assistant. I think
Right.
they were an item because she still lives in that house, but this gorgeous house in London. All right, so here's the deal. The captain's saying we're going this direction, and Smiley is saying that's bullshit. It's actually the island's that direction. So set up sail this way. All right.
Who's Smiley?
The swashbuckling guy, Tony
Okay,
Francisco.
that's his name, Smiley.
No, I don't really remember his name.
Oh, you just call him that? Okay.
Yeah, it helps me sort him out. One of the pirates himself, the one with the brown glasses at one point,
Right.
he looks like that comedian that you saw. He was actually from Cyprus. And he said that they interviewed him in the dock, and he said
Cyprus,
yeah. So he was there, and there's a scene that they pretend it's Algiers. It's shot in the market there, and they stopped, and he went to the buffet commissary, and they stopped him. They said, "Extras can't eat here. This is only for the actors." He said, "What bullshit? I'm a fucking actor." And he was thought like we were treated by natives. He wasn't the only one being treated this way. They had a riot, and 3/4 of their extras left, and they took the costumes.
This
is on land.
What was the complaint?
That the British film production was treating them like shit. Like they weren't able to eat. They weren't able to go to craft services. They were, they were dressed up, and it was poorly produced at this time.
Uh-huh.
So when you see that scene, like they all left and they had to go back to the actual market, the production crowd, and rebuy the costumes they left with. All right. So let's see what's going on here. That's mutiny. Okay, he goes, we're gonna mutiny. And he goes, "What's mutiny?" He goes, "We're gonna stop working." And Peter Sellers, "Stop working? That's mutiny."
That's funny.
I tell you, there's some great bits of this. But it's like really cool cherries in a big bowl of nasty ass jello. This film.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't wait for the cherries are cool. All right, well,
endure the jello.
It kind of reminds me a little of Cabin Boy, the Chris Elliott movie.
Well, that's on a ship,
but it's a funny movie in parts. There's some parts where just nothing happens.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Hey, I'm a talking cupcake that spits tobacco.
I remember that cheating. What was she? She was like an enchantress, kind of.
Right. Oh, the M Magazine. Oh no, on the.
No, like he goes into that cave and there's like a woman with a lot of arms or something.
A lot of arms.
And
then her husband comes home.
Right. He's like, and she has to play it off. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Part. I liked how he ate the chum and he thought it was like a
Look at this. The kid just looked in the camera. He said, "You're gonna be a pirate." So they put down their other fake flag and put up their true pirate flag. So Mulligan shows up, and he plays a character that's from the book, Billy Bombay. But being Spike Milligan, he's Billy Bombay from Bombay. And basically, he's an old shipmate. He also was able to see ghosts. That's why Peter Sellers knows. So they're going to meet him, and he's going to say, "I'll get you the treasure. I have my own treasure on that island too."
Okay.
But that's we're
The
here we are
whole
on the boat.
premise here is we've got to get in contact, or at least Peter Sellers does, has to get in contact with the ghost,
Right.
Peter Boyle, to find out where the treasure is.
Right. So here they find they're ready to attack this lone ship. Although there is one thing on the ship.
It's abandoned, but
Yeah.
forced. Okay.
There's one. I think this is where they find it. Yeah, and they have the cheesy fucking music. Listen, I mean, this is like this fast speed voice. It is a trap.
Whoa.
This was shot intentionally like this. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they just had nothing there, so they just, he had the burden after this experience to edit the film. So the medic, Madug.
Okay.
So he did what he could, and so a lot of these scenes, they're sped up with crazy sound effects.
Because he's trying to make something work.
Yeah. Or maybe it was intentional. Like the spirit of the film, like it's sped up like this. Maybe. But he had to make
from the time of writing, like this was part of okay.
But it's not that funny. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of
these look like medieval knights or something. Why are they right? If we were in 1600s, we shouldn't see. Are they Spaniards? And they
so this is actually changed to 1700s in the Caribbean.
Oh, because he woke up 20 years later?
No, he didn't wake up, Carl. He just
I keep saying that. He was looking for the map in his
and then next thing you know it, time has passed and it's 20 years later.
So it's like that was just done to be a gag. It's funny, but the plot still.
It went from the silent movie, the Nickelodeon flickering images, to present day.
Okay. Present day.
Oh, so he said, listen, you can go out there, being a pirate.
You're a real pirate, though, aren't you, Pierre? Did you say so?
Yeah, I love pirates. Boys love pirates. Now, there's a fly bothering him. Right? I mean,
okay, that'll be our comedic premise.
He's just doing his own thing at this point. Yep, he killed the fly, Carl. Now I can go to sleep. The first time I watched this movie, I go, oh no, the boat's going to go. Okay, this is kind of like...
Okay, but they don't play that out. It was just...
No, it's fine. Yes, this is the abandoned ship. It's abandoned, but there's a duck on it. We
already saw the abandoned ship, and there were...
people, but here's another ship. He doesn't see anything right now, Carl.
Because the cap is on?
Because the cap is on! So, yeah, they're basically going... It's called a duck hunt, and they find a boat with a duck. So guess what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes?
But how is this getting him closer to Peter Boyle?
They're sailing towards the island. We're heading towards...
They're on their way to the island, and they're bumping into things, and we're seeing
little set pieces. Okay. It's the journey, Carl.
It's a baby boat.
I don't know. I really, 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 really paid attention to the scene because it was like I didn't know what was going on. They basically chased the duck. They're gonna go on shore trying to shoot this duck while the duck's waddling. That's it. That's the whole scene.
Surrender, he's saying to the duck.
I'll tell you the story of the cigarette.
They're trying to be funny.
Yeah. Now, he went through the boat like that. That gag was used in a cigarette commercial that was shot during this time. Okay. Peter Sellers went up to the director. It was the first weekend they had. And he said, hey, can you do me a fave? Me and Spike are going to shoot a Benson and Hedges commercial. Can you direct it? Okay, we'll shoot
Okay.
it on the island. They set it up. That guy Jamie, one of the British guys, he's there. So basically, they're breaking into steal gold bullion, and they stop the security bell by putting a Benson and Hedges pack in the bell. And this is on
Okay.
YouTube. This commercial.
Okay.
And when they leave, Jamie wants to smoke. He sees a pack on the desk, takes it out. When he opens it up, it's empty. The guy said, "Well, take the one on the cigarette. Take the one on the bell." So he takes it, and the alarm goes off.
Gotcha.
So they have to jump into a boat. Spike Milligan is covered in gold bullion. He breaks through the boat.
Okay.
The end. Problem is, both Spike Milligan and Peter Sellers are spokesmen for the Anti-Smoking League, and they can't touch the box of cigarettes, they tell the director during the shoot.
Okay. Why did they take the gig?
Peter Sellers got a brand new Mercedes-Benz with cash money, not tax money, but cash money in the car. That's the reason why they did. He got $50,000 in pounds in cash in a brand new Mercedes-Benz. Spike Milligan got 5,000 pounds, and the other guy got 500.
That's very heavy. 5,000 pounds.
I know. I couldn't carry it.
Have a wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Okay, so now they're at Algiers. This is where the king is waiting.
We're really in Cyprus still.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I mean, he walks around Cyprus saying nothing has changed. 6,000 years is still the same. What is only 40 years compared to the beauty? So yeah, so it's gorgeous. It still looks like this. And they're saying, shit, the king wants us to give treasure. So, oh yeah, they go ashore. There's gonna be dancing girls, dootly 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 doo. And
But
he's
it's not true, or it is true.
He's just revving up the ship. There's not gonna be any. There's only 2 women in this movie: the woman who served the food, and then in a sight gag later. But then it's all guys.
Wasn't a woman singing?
Okay, 2 women.
3. Okay.
So there was the Irish woman, and then a gag later on. That's it. So they're coming ashore. They have to give the king treasure. This is the Sword of the Prophet ship. And the guy's waiting for Raz Muhammad, the captain, to come. So he says, look, tally up. Whatever you got, we'll give it to the king. Here, I'll play so you can hear his pop.
And like, is he going to get a pathetic collection? Eggs? Rocks?
Oh, that bay is going to be very pleased with this stuff, lad, I can tell you. And afterwards, we got unique gold teeth and rings. Oh, look at that.
Here's a...
Oh, look at that.
Now then.
I find the kettle. Right, so here we go. A little disaster. What? My watermelon dock stand. Now the king is examining the other ship's bounty. Yeah, what have you. Fair enough. Again, everyone in this scene is going to fucking quit, riot, and steal their shit and walk off. But right now, we're seeing a scene. So he's showing all the treasures.
The
and they're gonna
documentary is, I think I need to see it.
I mean, you do a better job researching because you go through multiple sources. I just felt like this is so analog. What was the film saying that maybe I'll spoil the party, but I absolutely recommend the documentary.
Here's their treasure.
There's a treasure.
You must take your honor. He might have never wanted me. What ship are you?
Here we go. Oh, the ship. Yeah, I got it written down right here. Hang on a sec. Hang on. It's on a piece of paper.
There you are. The sword of the prophet. That's the same thing.
So the king's gonna explain it. You're late. Years late.
And where is Ras Muhammad, the captain? Oh, well, he was killed.
But he was supposed to. The captain was supposed to go to the Portugal Islands, right? And take. She's like,
how did he go?
He's like, oh, I was supposed to get like slaves and riches.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the joke. How did he go? He went like that. I'm telling you, there's fucking jokes in this movie.
How did he go?
Like that.
Here and there, and all the maps went overboard. It's the first time I was ever with the C6. Oh.
So he is Irish too?
No, he's not.
Okay.
He's not like the
He's doing pirate.
yeah, but when we see pirate, we think of like Johnny Depp. We think of arg, yarg.
Right.
But he's like a muttering like he's Popeye on the set of the movie. Yeah, he does have that little Irish thing. Okay, well, you know what? He says to the king, I abducted this boy who's going to find treasure. And the king's like, oh, I like this little boy. I'll take him. And they're like, no, don't take my boy. My boy is going to find the ghost. Don't you understand? I need him.
Okay.
So he's,
I'm just lost. My woman. My kid. I killed a husband, a brother, and a father.
yeah, so he goes on like that for a while.
Yeah.
So we have a storyline now.
There
They have
is
to,
something Irish because he's like a father,
Yeah,
like
I
it's
don't get
written
it.
in his pirate accent, but
It's definitely like a C. Like have you ever listened to the Goon Show, the
no,
radio show?
no,
Do you know
no.
of it?
Yes, I know of it, and always from researching, and it's always about where Peter Sellers started, and
Right, of course. It was him and Mulligan at the same time. And it's funny. Like it's incomprehensible. I used to listen to the records at the library, the
right,
listening table, but it was
incomprehensible. Like it's so silly.
the accent, the
Hey,
humor, the
Smiley.
British. Okay, so this is Tony, right? He's talking to King and he says, "Don't worry about it, King. I got it covered. Once Scratch finds the treasure, I'm going to kill him." And the king says, "Well, I hope you kill him slowly." And he's like, "Oh, I hope so too."
Torturing from him. This man is such a coward that if I tortured him, he would die of a heart attack. Now, what do you suggest? Provision. Set him free. You see, he believes I am his friend.
See, I believe.
Let him lead me right to the treasure. And then put him to death.
Right? This is like such a long movie. He's been doing this for 20 years now.
Uh-huh.
He's waiting for the captain to show him the treasure, and then they're going to get him.
Yeah, see that premise, but it's just a silly thing, so it's okay, but it isn't reasonable that they would still be in this pursuit. How
Right.
much is the treasure? 20 grand? I mean,
I know. And aren't they pirates? Can't they start another
yeah,
booty
no
zone?
pirates go around robbing and stealing.
Well,
I
everything's
guess.
swell and dandy, but the kid's abducted, so they got to have to rescue him before they leave.
No, and they want this kid just because of the okay, everybody knows the plan.
Yes. Okay, here's the other. This is it. This is the one funny
Billy
scene.
Bombay.
And the bucksy, you get all of your money on it, right? You put it under there, right? Now then, you put your money here, right? Put your money there. That's it. Put your...
Okay, I'm going to play the audio when him and Sellers meets. This is the only funny scene in the movie. This is it.
We're talking about, the gems. There's.
If this whole movie was this scene that we're going to see, I would tell you this would be the best movie in the world because it's so out there. So he knows it's Billy Bombay, his own shipmate. And the way Mulligan plays the three-card Monte is so funny because he's really doing it.
Billy Bombay, my darling, I see you still working your feet. Okay. Well, I'd like to put a bit of money on.
So he's going
to...
So watch his hands.
All right.
All right. It's there. He wins, but he doesn't collect any money. He just takes his money back.
He just gets his money.
The director told him, keep hitting that tree branch. We can talk here over there. He'll be back.
I told you it was a lucky talk. If you can help me see the ghosty, all right, now Hamlet. I'll share the treasures with you, Bill. I will, because I seen it giving me all the life. Oh, Bill.
He's lost a boy, so he wants him to do it.
Right. Because he can see ghosts as well.
It's birthday. Well, you come with me, Bill. Oh, no, never mind about that, mate. Never mind about that, mate. I'll settle with you a phone. Yes, mate. You never kept the promise and you never will. I'm the dirtiest scum guy I ever sailed with. Oh, never mind about this. Again, because I tell you what, mate, I got treasure on my own.
Treasure.
What?
Right?
Yes, that
It's
was
Ed.
Yes. I found a Greasy Poo's island, and there's silver in it, and I know the exact spot. Listen, I'll give you one last chance still. Will you come with me or not? Well, all right in a fox on your bill. And it's not the 50 catty old brothers of yours. I ain't seen the back of their shirts. Oh, say 50 catty.
Okay, that was the funniest scene. Treasure. Right? So Milligan writes these rewrites, and suddenly it's like Hot Rod with Cool Beans. The treasure. And the humor is funny. It's like a lot of words, but the punchline is and the director said, I asked Spike to hit the thing. So he hits it, and then he's like self-conscious about it, and he's looking at different camera angles, and he breaks the fourth wall, right? It took him
Right.
forever. He goes, come over here. He goes, well, we'll talk over here, over there. And Sellers walks off, and he turns to the camera. Mulligan, he goes,
He'll be back.
he'll be back. It's so fucking funny. Like,
Yeah.
that film had the, and it was obviously like they'll say on IMDb this film was directed by Medic and scenes for Mulligan, but Medic said I was the one directing these scenes. I'm asking him to do this, but this is the rewritten material, so it has a completely different tone, and he does bring that up. One other thing about this documentary is that he talks to other bitter directors that worked with Peter Sellers. And they have horror stories of their own. So they talked to the director of the fiendish plot of Dr. Fu Manchu.
Right. That's
They talked to the director of Casino Royale from the 60s. He was so pissed at the director of Casino Royale. Peter didn't talk to me for 3 days. They're breaking the kid free right now.
Peter Sellers was really just a little jerk.
I'll tell you, yeah,
Spoiled.
that documentary is available on Tubi. When you're on Tubi, there's other documentaries about Peter Sellers, including one he produced himself in the 1960s.
Okay.
So it's him like, oh, I think that I don't like mediocrity. Like he'll be very full of himself, but it's all shot under his control. And then I don't know if you ever saw the HBO movie, The Life and Death of Peter Sellers.
I liked it.
I liked it too. I actually got the DVD from Walgreens for $2 back in 2006. I bought the DVD and I watched it during the pandemic in 2020, and I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I threw it away after that. I'm like, get it out of my house.
Well,
But yeah, he's awful to his kids. He's awful to his many wives. He's awful to everybody.
I really like the way he had an experience with a player in his life. He would become them.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, like he's fully on.
And
look,
just end the chapter.
Check out this stunt. So they're escaping.
Okay.
And the boy is going to climb. They're hanging off. He's going to hang it and he's going to fall. So they must be some stunt actor who's the size of a kid who makes this jump. All right. So, cut to somebody falling off. Such a long jump, and they like, are you okay? Yeah, I feel fine, never better. Dude, I would be like pancake batter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he tried, the boy gets captured. He's like, oh no, my ticket out of here. I'll ask my friend to do it. No dice. So they free the kid. How nice is that? How humane.
Their colorful boat is pulling out.
Yeah, I mean, these are beautiful shots, some of it, but they were just saying he didn't know what he was doing.
Whoa! Or he got me a Cypriot crew.
The horror.
Apricot Cypriot.
Yeah, one of the things they were saying is that like Peter Sellers got more and more withdrawn and was just very alone during the shoot. Like, and another problem was the director himself. The director himself has a really interesting story. He was born in 1937 in Budapest, and then he was 7 years old when the Germans invaded in 44.
Uh-huh.
And him and his family pretended to be Christian, and they were able to escape.
Right.
However, so after the war, his older brother by 2 years died. The brother was 16, he was 14. Then
not
his
cool.
father
Okay.
died.
Wait, how did the brother die, or you don't know?
I don't really know.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't
The
like
father
the father had a heart attack. He died with his arms around the director as a kid. He was holding his son, and he died of a heart attack.
That is hilarious.
So his big movie up to this point was A Ruling Class with Peter O'Toole. In the documentary, he said, "My wife committed suicide during the shoot."
Great.
So this guy is like full of self-guilt, self-hatred, and self-guilt. So when all this shit's going down, he blamed himself. And I think one of the reasons why he did this documentary decades later was to just clear the air for himself.
Mm-hmm.
To see it from another perspective. All right, now here's some wacky.
Yeah.
He wants to mutiny, so they're gonna make him walk the plank.
Okay, so he wanted to mutiny, so they're.
There's some mulligan humor in this. The kid doesn't like it. He's gonna say, "Oh, you'll see." Not the pokey, pokey, pokey. Here we go. Think of his mother. Think of your mother. That's the joke. Yeah. All right, before he dies, he's going to sing a song.
Pokey, pokey.
He says, "Well, it's looking at my mother. I want to sing a song for my mother." And the joke, Carl, it's going to take a couple minutes.
Okay.
Someone's going to throw food at him, and he's going to go off the plank. He said, "Why'd you do that?" He goes, "I can't stand the song."
Somebody's going to throw food at him.
He's going to throw something at him. It's going to knock him off the plank. He's going to splash into the water. And they'll say, "Why'd you do that?" He goes, "I couldn't stand the song." One thing, like he was saying, he was in the helicopter shooting above, and suddenly, like, planes went by.
Right.
Like the Israeli war was going to start in the next couple of days. So they had like
it's the Mediterranean, yeah.
Yeah. This guy with the glasses, he's in the documentary saying that they treated him like shit.
The boy's going to save him?
Yeah. And help, I can't swim. Because the guy goes, "Help, I can't swim." So he jumps in. I know this is all like, "I don't want to walk the plank," and then they immediately jump in. And he's like, "I can't swim either." Yeah, it's stupid.
Wait, so Peter Sellers can't swim either?
None of them can. So here comes our... Yeah.
Okay.
So he saves him.
Meanwhile, they were treading water. Like,
I think so. So this is where the fallout occurs during the shooting here. And there's a point where you're going to see Peter Sellers and Tony together. And it looks great. Because right now they're together. Everything's swell. But at a certain point, they're going to not be in the same scene together. You'll see how they do it. Oh, okay. So let's see. I watched this movie twice, Carl. I really try to get the plot going, and I just hate it.
Yeah, okay.
I'd have to think of something else. Now then, what's another thing for the drowning?
I don't know what the drone is. I've tried listening to this a couple times. Yeah, the kid's pissed. Like, he has a little more agency. But I think they're sending him into like a...
Is that a little island?
Yeah.
Constellated the map.
God, even the sound, there's like no. It's not scored. This movie.
Mm-hmm.
Buenos días, amigos.
Yeah, why wouldn't we have a little music going? Like appropriate for.
Yeah, little Kesha in the background. Oh yeah. So, what are you doing? The captain told us to do it. Okay. Hey, what are you doing? Don't touch that. This is it. This is the fallout. They're not going to be in the same scene together. Same shot.
Okay, so right now
Yeah.
it's post fallout.
And I will tell you,
He's standing in the little trapdoor thingy.
Yeah.
if that's how you want it.
If that's what you want. So they're going to fight.
Oh, so the captain wants to play. I got.
How stupid is this? Right? He won't appear in the same scene with them, so they set it up that they're fighting through that door, that trap.
I guess it's funny.
It's not funny, Carl. Listen, man, we've known each other for decades. This is not funny.
Yeah.
It's just silly, it's
Silly in an unfunny way.
yeah.
Now he's taunting the.
Yeah, so Sellers mocked him, "Oh, you poor American cowboy." During the dueling scene, Peter teased Tony. Tony pulls his pirate sword out while Tony was on the poop deck, went to attack him, didn't, brought it down. Sellers didn't see it, but Bert did, told Sellers. Sellers gets so pissed off, he removes his wig, throws it in the ocean. "I will never be in the same frame with Tony Francisco again."
Okay, weren't they just this moment though?
Yeah, but I mean, it's the magic of editing. I mean, so there's the scenes that they're together is before the fallout, basically, or they had to do the shoot. He probably had to do it. So, when Spike arrived, he wasn't fans of the director. He was team Peter, but he got to respect them, and especially after the cigarettes brouhaha. But what happens is that Peter Sellers and Spike Milligan has a fallout. Look how fun!
Really,
look
another fucking fallout, Peter Sellers? Jesus Christ!
I fucking love this guy.
Why is he getting hung?
I keep thinking it's like Mutiny or some bullshit like that. Because he knows he figured out. Yeah, he figured out that this guy was going to just kill the captain once the treasure's there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he says you're not going to. You'll pay for this. They're about to hang him, so the hangman says, "You'll pay for this," and Sellers says, "No, I'm doing this for free." That's the joke. Oh my God.
That fast.
I think they're on the treasure island.
Are we done with this film?
We still have more. So we still have Billy Bombay.
Oh my goodness, we have over 30 minutes left.
Carl, now you know. Don't worry, man. I think there's like one funny bit coming up.
Okay, good. I'm looking forward to it.
There's a funny bit. It's very Monty Python, Professor Gummy, and you'll see. Spike
Well,
Milligan is great.
He's made me laugh during this film. I'm waiting for the next laugh.
Right.
Like, what's the gag now? Who is it? Just stand still. Like, what does he keep going? Like, he's hears something.
They shot this film so this all looks the same. Fucking Cyrus looks the same. These old bullshit, derpers.
Well, I wonder if that was like Roman or Greek. I mean, Cyprus is right next to Greece and Rome.
Yeah.
Empire days,
Sure. The island of Cyprus. The island of Cyprus.
Cypriots galore. The island of Cyprus.
So
this is saying Cypriot.
All right, the kid's gonna figure it out. He goes under this tree. You remember that the king was eating that awful eggplant-looking fruit?
Is he going to discover gravity? Okay, so here, the king. Okay.
So it's like, I think it's juniper. It's some kind of juice, fruit that they use for invisible ink.
Okay.
And the map is not clear. The boy's going to have this epiphany after this whole shenanigans with his old shipmate.
So pirate map has got some invisible ink, and he's going to get the juice that he needs to decode.
Not even that. He's going to say he must have got the juice from this tree. I
Just
bet
an
you the
idea.
treasure is buried under this tree.
Oh, what?
Right. Hey, it's my old captain buddy.
Who is it?
Yeah, this kind of fruit. I don't know, like whatever it's called. He says, like, if the map was used that ink, the Captain Roz must have just fucking put it under the tree.
Okay.
So, but they're not going to discover that till now. We're going to discover another treasure. Remember, Billy Bombay said, "I have my own treasure. It's silver."
Yes, that's right. Yep.
They're going to search for treasure, and they're going to accidentally find Billy's treasure, which is just cannonballs.
Cannonballs, are they?
And that's in the book.
Are they made of silver, or they're just silver colored, or
They are painted black, but they're all made of silver. And of course, the ships attacks Billy with using the cannonballs.
okay? So they fire away their treasure.
That's exactly right. And there's a whole scene where he says, "You idiot! It's made of silver. How many of the balls you use?" And they go,
All of them.
Yeah.
Now I'll have to go collect them from the sea bottom.
Basically,
Ghost hunt.
so there's the captain can finally use this boy to talk to the ghost.
This is Mazes and Monsters cave.
You seen him yet?
Yeah.
Who? The ghost of Rats Muhammad, that's who you hated. No, not me.
Listen, it's great. I don't know if it's great, but
It's not great acting. It's 67 days to shoot, and it went from super hot into like windy to sub-zero weather. Like the weather was a big factor in making this movie suck.
making it suck. Yeah.
He confronted the producer, and the producer says, "We lost money on this film. Once the money was there, we couldn't back out."
Okay.
And, yeah, you were used as a punching bag.
Who was used as a punching bag?
The director. They blamed everything on the director. One of the things Tommy Clyde, one of the fired producers, did was he gets fired and he shoots off a letter to the people in the mainland saying this director doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. And the director saw this letter in the archives. Every movie has these boxes, they say, of archives, and they're going through it. And he's like, "Oh, we shouldn't have showed that to you, Peter." And he's like, "No, this is bullshit. This is all lies." But it set the course. The producer lied to the people away, saying the director doesn't know shit. They write this nasty letter saying the director needs to learn how to make a film. And he's saying, like, but he couldn't quit. He had a second kid coming, and the director gets blamed if he quits. So he actually stayed and made this movie. 67 days. He said they had a party. They shot some of the scenes like the Irish scene at a studio in London, in England, and they had a cast party there. And he said, "Well, as director, I wanted to show up. It was a hellish shoot. Nobody was there. There was
nobody came to the party.
There was 2 drunk crew members from a different movie being shot there that were there." So
nobody went to the after party.
Well, he delivers this movie. He goes back and he edits it. He gives it to Columbia Pictures, and they said, "This movie's incomplete. We're not going to do it." So they shelved it. He didn't work for another 5 years. He says that, the next thing he did was this Graham Chapman movie, and they were shooting in England next to the studio, next to the set that was doing Revenge of the Pink Panther.
Oh,
and Peter Sellers came up to him and he said, "Oh, no, that doesn't sound like true. We'll buy the film and we'll have Spike narrate it." And he said, like, it was they went out and they got drunk. And then years later, he read that Peter Sellers died of a heart attack at age 54.
So Peter Sellers never followed through with anything he promised.
No, he didn't. But they left on better terms. Like they were able to drink it out.
Okay.
But he also died of that fake heart attack for real at 54.
Yeah. He faked a heart attack, and then he really did die of a heart attack.
He had a heart attack, faked it, and then he died for real of a heart attack.
Is he seeing a ghost right now?
Yes, finally, right? We finally see a ghost, huh? When was the last time you used the phrase noonday? Like noonday sun?
Never.
What about the preposition in the ghost in the noonday sun?
Now
This
he's
rolls
not
off my
in the
tongue.
noonday sun right now. So wait, we just saw a real metaphysical thing.
No, it's the captain. It's his crewmate playing a prank on him.
Oh, great.
Captain Spectre! I know where the treasure is! Exacting faces summaries to the old temple wall!
Which is where the wrong guy's treasure is.
Right. Don't you like that little sight gag? He's yelling from a tree, and they cut to the captain in the boat, going, "Ah, treasure!"
Yeah, that was funny. So now they're going to dig it up and thinking they found treasure, but no, they just found cannons and cannonballs.
They just found these cannonballs, so they're going to use the cannonballs. They'll bring it on the ship, but they're going to search again for the treasure, for the real treasure.
Big.
I mean, is that funny? They find someone else's treasure.
I guess.
This is in the book too. This storyline. A lot of this is the book. I mean, obviously the jokes added and the name fuckery and shit like that.
Fuckery.
I don't think Dick Scratcher was a kid's name.
Fuckery. You
Look
know,
at this.
in the book, his name was Dick Scratcher.
No, he was Captain Scratch, I think, or Scratcher.
Look how right next to each other they are.
It looks like it's under a big W. You can't miss it.
He
Like
tapped
in
on
Mad,
him.
Mad
Right,
World.
mad.
They're doing this shot. The camera's in the hole as they look down at their treasure.
Very Orwellian.
George Orwellian? From
I meant I made a mistake. Not Orwellian. Orson Welles is what I was thinking of.
Oh, Orson
I
Welles.
gotta stop telling myself that I can get a little high.
Well, honestly, we're this record at this time. You couldn't wait. You got work tomorrow. You timed it right. Oh, it's treasure. Look at this all goofy shit. You know exactly what they're doing.
Let's hear it.
Treasure! I never see so much treasure in my life!
Right in his eyes. Right in his eyes, Carl.
There's no treasure! There's canyon birds!
He blew that powder right in that guy's open eyes.
And you think, oh, the cruelty. That guy was with the joke. He opened his
I
eyes
know.
and looked
Look,
towards the camera.
he's so depressed he's gonna drink in bed. Okay, now here comes Spike Milligan's crew.
Looking for the treasure, their treasure.
Yep, and they all look like Spike Milligan.
Interesting, funny.
Now, one of the British officers, the upright one, he said that Spike Milligan asked us to dress as Spike Milligan, and I refused. The director himself was saying that he would say, "Hey, Spike," and someone else, Spike Milligan, trained him to act like him, so other people would answer, and he wouldn't know which Spike Milligan is on the stage.
Like they all have the rip.
This is like Professor Gumby, I guess. They all look the same. Yeah, they all, oh, we hate Scratcher.
It's funny, right?
This is funny. He goes, oh, Scratcher took it. Scratch. And they all start scratching.
Oh,
yeah, it's a little Keystone copy.
What are you doing? I put the treasure out there. No. Oh. Roger. Follow me.
And then they go and ship. This is all added. I mean, this is different tone. You know, he was not complaining, but he brought up like you can't carry an entire movie like with this type of humor. You know, it needs some kind of. But I would love it. I would love every single scene to be like this.
Yeah. The thing is, you suspend disbelief. It's just being stupid. But it wasn't the whole. It's a different tone. Well, okay.
Well, I mean, like him going cha-cha, cha-cha, cha-cha.
Yeah.
You know, that's not.
Well, that was Spike again, though.
Yeah.
That scene.
Okay, well, they're going to stop these mulligans by shooting the cannonballs at them.
Okay, I gotcha.
And again, like this is practical effects. So hopefully they just have a bunch of hats in the water as they shoot cannonballs at him. But it looks like they hit him like he's going to be on land, and they're going to knock a couple right by him. Oh, they're all making silly noises. I mean, it's funny, especially if you're a Spike Mulligan fan. Like,
Now, does Spike Mulligan realize those are my cannonballs?
That's right, because he's going to go on shore, and they're going to land, and he's going to look at the balls and realize it's his silver cannonballs.
Okay, so now they need to do a scavenger hunt on the.
They don't even bother. The joke is they waste. Yeah, how many did you shoot?
All of them.
Yeah, that's it. And sure enough, they shoot all of them. And they both commiserate, you know. Okay, here we go. Look how close it goes. Right? That's close.
Holy shit, yeah. But I mean, are they really cannonballs? It's a movie.
It landed with an explosion. It has to be something.
Yeah. Comes the Irish Popeye.
Now, the movie, this is a very clear scene. He's singing about the boy.
Wait, all his crew is dead?
I guess so. What a cool, that makes things a lot easier. You know, they shut down production when they helicoptered him out.
What is
Right.
going on?
It's still going on and on.
Darling, don't kill me. I'm too young to die. I'm just a old age.
What's
Ow!
this?
Oh. Ow! Look at that.
And then he throws the cannonball. Ow!
But
Do you like the
how
little
they
hands
did a
video?
bunch of hands?
Yeah,
This Spike
that's what I'm
Mulligan
saying.
thing.
If that was in every scene, I would be like, "What the fuck is this movie?" But now I just kind of half-heartedly be like, "Yeah."
Look how he throws the silver.
Yeah,
You'd think he would be collecting his silver.
he was too angry. I think he just wants to kill the guy.
Now it's your turn in the battlefield. Oh, no. Get up in here. Let's have enough of this. Get away now. Let me get out there.
Is it like clearly not Ireland? Probably it looks like Ireland.
Well, right now it's not. Right now they're not in Ireland. It was only just for when they abducted the boy.
Okay.
They went to Algiers, and now they're at their mystery treasure island.
Where it's some Mediterranean island.
Yeah.
God, you got me off me fire. In another moment, I'd have torn him in pieces. What's the matter with you? What's got into you? It was never like this before. You stole my treasure. You stole my balls. Huh? We ain't got no balls, and we ain't got no treasure.
So he explains it to him now.
Right. So keep it up. We're gonna go. How many did you shoot?
Right.
What? Things is a king's ransom. In balls. I heard. How many did we fire? All of them.
They know where they are.
Darling boy. Don't forget. On that island, there's still the treasure of Rats Muhammad. You can see the ghosties, can't you?
Yep.
If you can see the ghosties of rats. Rats? What rats? That's Muhammad's. Now, this is how it is. We got 2 ghosties spotted. That increases our chances twice. Whichever of the ghosty spotters sees the ghosty first, that's the one what gets the extra share, right? That's fair, yes. Well, good luck on you, lad. But I was warn you. I can see a ghost in the middle of the day with my eyes shut.
Okay, you get the idea. So They finally get our friend Billy Bombay from Bombay to ghost hunt.
If they could really treasure hunt, it would be an effort, but they need to start crawling the shore.
Mm-hmm.
It's the silver's right there. They shot the cannons all in one spot.
Right. Right. They would just have to go on the ground. I don't think they even want to. They're just like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
I
There's
know, but
another treasure.
Yeah.
Listen, you can see ghosts, right? Yeah, I can see them with my eyes closed. Well, great. Well, let's go find the other treasure.
See me some ghosts. Yes. Oh.
Oi, Mazingo! She said. What did you shout for? She was dead. A deaf ghost? A deaf ghost? The deafness killer? How? Thinking it.
Yeah. All right. So again, Tony and the other guy there, they got other plans, and they're gonna get this kid involved.
Okay.
So eventually we gotta move from this scene, Carl, to the scene where the boy discovers a treasure.
Underneath the trees.
Yep.
Because they
He
were
said-
made with
That fruit.
the brazier fruit.
Yeah, the eggplant fruit.
The big
Would
knob.
he be the one what sees the ghost of Ras Muhammad? He's right now. I am right now. Right now. I'll give 2 scores.
I mean, like, it's a classic young adult novel. And if you're looking for pirate books, it's always recommended. And
Always recommended.
yeah,
You know, when they said like the unseen Peter Sellers classic, that's the wrong use of the word classic. Classic is something that was released once and it was so good that it has endured. It has had legs. It was a piece of gold. That's a classic.
Hey, check it out. It's a piece of shit movie from Robin Williams that's off the shelf. No, it's a Lost Robin Williams classic.
Yeah, but Lost Robin Williams film, not a classic, because a
Family
classic
classic.
can't
It's-
be lost.
It's the Lost Family classic. Your whole family loved it.
Look, 101 Dalmatians was a family classic because we all saw it.
Because our family saw it and we love it. Yo. Let me see. I had some information about the actors. I mean, I talked about Tony and the 2 guards. I think I had one other person. I didn't look up anything from the kid.
No
You
problem.
know.
Yeah, children don't count.
Oh no, the other actor was just the guy on from the documentary saying he wasn't able to eat at the commissary. They wouldn't let him eat the buffet, even though he was a fucking dude. If you were one of the pirates and you were on the ship, one of the crew, like, they set up a dolly shot. They built tracks 4 a.m. for a 6 o'clock shoot, and Peter Sellers at that point said, "I want to meet the crew." And he said, "We got to rebel against the director."
Sellers did?
Yeah.
Sellers inspired them?
No, the director said he was just acting like one of the characters from his movie, It's All Right, Jack. Like he was pretending to be like a worker or stuff like that.
What a jerk.
Yeah, in the book too, the captain like beats the shit out of the boy. I was following up on
As a
Long Weeks.
lesson for something?
I get what you when you duck someone. Here we go. They found the ghost. Here it is, Carl, the ghost. Right there in the midnight sun.
Wait, no, midday.
No, it's the noonday.
Yeah, so this is not the midnight.
It's a good ghost.
There, Jeremiah, my boy. Do not be frightened. It is your old friend. Yeah.
Hey, my pirate friend. Also, these title cards.
Yes.
It must be because they didn't have anything. He must have just added them. You know.
In editing, in post.
Here we go.
I mean,
on the tunic. Another's gone.
Julep.
Wait a minute. When Ras Muhammad took his treasure map, the egg faded away.
Must have been dipping his quill in juniper juice.
Juniper juice.
And Scratcher said he was spitting juniper seeds just before he choked to death. Well, this is the juniper tree.
I don't remember that in the beginning of the movie.
Okay.
Do you remember him spitting seeds out?
No.
Yeah.
Now,
This boy may be right.
I'm sure of it.
if it's under the tree, how can you? I mean, it looks like the ground's undisturbed. Like
No,
nobody.
there's more than meets the eye.
It should belong
Okay.
to the beginning of our tales. Now, if Escage digs it up, he will keep it for himself. But if we do, we will share with the crew after we have delivered it to the bay. The treasure must be buried here. Let us
Right.
look for it now, huh? But very carefully.
Look,
Very
so
carefully. Let us look
they've
for
been
it.
sitting under this tree for fuck all, and now they're
Yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
like, look, it's fake. Look, I found a fucking shovel. They find a shovel in the dirt. And also, this island's not that big. I mean, of
Okay,
course,
if they found a shovel in the dirt, is that unrealistic? It's probably realistic because it had been used to bury.
he must have buried it. I don't understand. He killed the guy and he fell into the treasure. Like, so when they discover the treasure, are they going to find the skeleton?
Is that what we were seeing? It was when he said, "When will
Yeah.
supper be ready?" He
Right.
fell onto the treasure.
Oh, there's another funny joke in this movie where they go, "What's for dinner?" The pirates are, and the other cook, the new cook, says, "Bean salad." He goes, "I don't know what it's bean. Bean stew." He goes, "I don't know what it's bean, but it ain't stew." It's
Bean stew.
it's bean stew. Oh well, what
I
is
don't
it
know
now?
what it been, but now it's stew. I'm not.
Right, like this family. Is this a family film? Like I bring the kid to watch this film? Yeah, I guess so.
If
Nothing
it's
really.
the 70s, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very good question.
They were
What
just
do we look for? What comes after 12?
13.
13. Oh,
No. Don't say that to a pirate, Carl. Don't say the 13th to
That
a pirate.
number is
It's bad luck. Look, they just find pickaxes.
okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it a believable premise? Because it was
I think
used
so.
to
But
bear-
I also feel like, wouldn't they remember that? Like he killed the guy over the buried treasure and he forgets where it is. I get that, but
yeah, like why? Okay. Yeah, why did he forget? I mean, he did murder him right on the treasure. He didn't see that, or he's so
maybe there's multiple treasures.
no.
if any of you want any of these here rocks, you have my personal permission to take them. Right now. Very nice of you to give me the rocks. Now, go away.
Right? They're just riffing outside.
Yeah.
The movie ran out of steam at this point. But we're still gonna watch it, Carl. Stay
Yeah,
with me, buddy.
we sure are. 8 more minutes of this. Seven and a half.
A lot of times you really want to watch a bad movie, but it's so hard and it's so nice to have friends or somebody with you.
The documentary was better. Yeah, is that what you're pitching our audience?
Yeah, so we're doing it. We're
But I
making
don't
it.
know, but this one is so bad. Maybe it's okay. What is he finding?
I don't know. Oh, there's Roz.
Uh,
Oh, I think he does a Hamlet joke.
I knew him well.
Poor small Hamlet. I knew him well.
Ah!
Yorick.
I knew him well. I knew him, Horatio. Yeah, you know what? I keep forgetting of that scene. That's like way at the end of Hamlet, right? Like you got a castle, things are happening, and then he goes to a fucking graveyard.
Well, I think Shakespeare was trying to get us ready for the suicide contemplation, a whiff of death, as it were.
Huh.
But what do I know?
I don't think you know where the treasure is.
You like that joke?
What was it? I don't.
He had a hook, and he
Can you
waves
give
his
it
hook
off
in his face, and then he removes the hook, and he has a wagging finger there that he starts wagging at him.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't know where the treasure is. He's going to discover the treasure because he's going to discover the other 3 crew members with their treasure.
And they're gonna equitably distribute it. They're gonna share it.
You know, Carl, I don't know how this movie ends.
Why?
I'm trying to figure out in my head like where it ends, and I just can't. I can't. I mean, where's this leading?
No, wait.
Nowhere.
Did you only watch it? You watched the
No.
documentary and this only one time?
No, I watched the documentary twice, and I watched this movie close to 2 times. I tried, man. The second time was
I
rough.
understand it really sucks, but the thing is, I mean, I don't want to tell you how to do my job, but
you don't have to.
force
You don't have to tell.
yourself. It's
You don't have to tell me your job. I
diligent.
did everything for you.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm. It's just the
It
poor
throws my
audience.
time. It throws my timing off when you tell me what to do.
Okay, I will stop.
But I appreciate it though, because you are the king. All right, they found the treasure.
Are they fighting over it already? Okay, so now they're all.
They're hitting each other in the head.
Oh, this is going to show you who's got it ready. All right, then. I tell you, it's time.
This is funny, right?
It's funny.
Oh, I don't feel like think it is yours. I think it's yours. I think that's your treasure. Except for that part. Hard that is right. Yes, I knew it.
That's funny, right?
Right, he throws it up. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the sound effect. Hopefully, yeah, I mean, it's funny.
A fancy man, aren't you?
Yes, ma'am.
So now we're going to attack Spanish galleon and capture Phoenician merchantmen?
Oh, not on this voyage, Jeremiah. We are setting sail for Ireland.
I want to be a pirate with you.
Well, we will see what your mother has to say about that.
These pirates are going to bring the boy home.
Okay, that's the best thing.
90 degrees north by northwest.
No, 6 degrees south by southeast. To our pier.
He knows the way home.
Perfecto, Jeremiah. Perfecto. You have learned well, Martha.
Wow, that's it.
Pierogi.
Oh wait.
Oh, the time will be the way it's not.
Oh, this is the ending. I remember this.
Oh, if it's dear sweet voice of Bill Bombay. Oh, not that either. Get me down from this scary place.
Listen, Carl, they barely talk to each other until 45 minutes into the film, and now they're can't separate them.
So what happened to they had a falling out too, I guess.
Yeah, in real life, they had a falling out.
Bad that they wouldn't shoot together.
No, it wasn't as bad as that. They just were, they've been friends for decades and companions, so they have their ups and downs. There was a down. Yeah, so this is how the film ends. The pirates tie these guys up, bury them, and take the treasure off and become pirates. And then here comes the ending.
Yay.
Yay. Shot at Blurry Cypress.
Yes.
And then over in Weston. Carl, what you think of this movie?
I don't know what to think of it. Sometimes it made me laugh. I don't know what to think of it. Bag of alligators.
So Clive Rebell was the king of Algiers.
Oh, okay. I don't know what to think. I don't know. I would have to really see it without our show, I guess, because sometimes it was making me laugh, but I think you were highlighting the funny parts. And I saw some draggy ass parts, So, what did you think of this movie, Michael?
Hi, Carl.
Hi.
I had a little internet hiccup.
What did you think of this movie?
I mean, I love Spike Milligan, and he's when I especially understand what he's doing, I could see like some funny stuff. So
and you're
I was
completist.
Yeah, but this is a real I think the documentary really, really is good. He's made other movies, Species 2. He's done a lot of TV. He Remington Steele to most recent stuff. He's been around, right? And we know of him, but this film, the documentary was great. It was one of the few times I've seen a movie about a bad film from the director who made it. And I recommend that on Tubi. This was just kind of, garbage. I don't know. It was nothing happening, and there was only a few good scenes, and they were completely out of place of what else was there. But I like the funny stuff in there, but it was just
Would
kind
you
of
have
hard.
liked to seen Spike from the beginning, like throughout? Would you have liked to see him be part of the project? It might have been funnier.
If they had a real script, if they had like people who knew how to produce this film, and they weren't trying to shoot like that, they
Yeah.
would have been able. If Spike Milligan was involved, and it was as crazy as that market scene, every single scene, I would be raving about this film. It would probably be even harder to watch, but it would just be like so much fun. There's a film like that.
Have you learned how to say Cypriot yet from this episode?
Cypriot?
Very close, very close.
Man, well, we would like to hear what you say. So please write down what your opinion, put it on a
In the
piece of paper.
comments below.
Yeah, the comments below. And then put that piece of paper in a glass bottle, put a cork in the bottle, and throw it out your window. And we'll, yeah.
See if it makes its way to us.
That way you gave us their opinion, and we don't have to read it. Anyway, so that's been our movie. Sorry, we tortured the audience with The Ghost in the Noonday Sun.
This might be the episode to skip.
No, what do you think? You're going to say that after? No, I researched this movie. I don't think there's any skipping needed.
Okay.
Carl, are you excited about next week's movie?
I'm not sure. Is it Wells? No.
Well, yeah, right. That's our next one.
Well, okay. Wasn't there another? No, there is another one. It's the human, the 1927 film.
Oh, right. So, right. We're going back to the films from 1927. As you know, they've now are in the public domain.
Right.
We're watching them. We have Sunrise.
Sunrise, the story of
two humans, which I've seen, Carl. It's an amazing film. By amazing, I mean you can barely see it. Like, it's so bright, everything. But it's cool. And not to be confused with the science fiction movie Sunrise, where they have to stop they sail to the sun. I never saw it. It was a Danny Boyle movie.
They go at night.
Right.
Because it's dangerous.
Yeah. That's the only time you can go to the sun.
Right. Sometimes if there's like an eclipse, you get lucky and there's an eclipse.
Then you go, let's go. Get in the ship. We're going.
Quick. We only have 5 minutes.
No time to piss. We got to go.
You can piss on the ship. Do it out the window.
We don't have a trailer for this film, but it's one of the films that are now in the public domain.
What is it called?
Sunrise.
But there's a tagline.
Yeah, some really awful tagline.
Oh, wait, here it is. Sunrise, a song of two humans. That's it. 1927. Yep. Sunrise, a song of two humans. That'll be next time.
Come back next week. Check us out.
Great.
We'll be here on the YouTube. We'll be here on the podcast, and we're always here on mutinyradio.fm and on Facebook, Twitter,
and Discord.
Yeah. Discord. Also, you can write a note. Put it in a bottle.
We're on Discord. We're on Datcord.
We got
all the cords.
These cords right here.
These nuts. Listen, should we end this podcast
with these nuts?
See you next time.
These nuts right here.
All right. Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman. Let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Mike Spiegelman. It's been over 1 long year watching movies, bad, strange, and weird, commandeered by Michael. Hi, this is Carl. I'm Mike's friend. I wrote this song. My turn-ons are French poodles, Chinese noodles, and German strudels. follow me on Twitter. It's Jokes de Carl. That's the French duh, not the duh. Now let's watch a full-length movie on YouTube with Michael